Since the teaser and the trailer for this film came out, I was very much excited and I had huge expectations from it. It looked really good. And even before watching the film, I was happy that at least they are attempting something different. A sci-fi super soldier hero film. So after watching the film, were my expectations met? I would say 50-50. Let's talk about it. Hello guys, I'm Nona and today we're talking about the latest Hindi sci-fi film Attack, written and directed by Lakshya Raj Anand, starring John Abraham, Jacqueline Fernandez, Rakul, Preet, Singh, Prakash, Raj and many more. Now I'd already made a first impression non-spoiler video, you can check it out if you're thinking you should watch it or not. But in this video I'll go full out spoilers because there's a lot of things I want to talk about. So spoiler warning beforehand. Definitely the first thing is that the film is very crisp, just 2 hours, and that's a good thing. At moments it justifies its runtime, but it definitely feels very rushed, and that is one of the reasons why the film feels half-baked. See, now they had a huge task in front of them to set up and establish what a super soldier is for the general audiences. People who have seen Hollywood films, they'll understand it very quickly. But to explain it to the general audience and make them comfortable about the idea, it is a job for them to do it in one film itself. Now there are many ways to accomplish this, and the way the film chose to do it was exposition dump. Literally. It was just Rakul Preet Singh as a scientist spitting out some science jargon, that's it. And at some point as an audience, you just don't care. You just get along with it. I expected them to play it smart, but it was just okay. First, let's talk about some good things I liked in the film. In films like this, you need to establish the why very well. Why the super soldier program? Why do you need it? It should feel convincing. Now the national security side of it, it's very on the face. The dialogues feel like Twitter debate, which is not good. And if you carefully look in that scene, they're showing, USA is doing it, UK is doing it, Israel is doing it. For USA, they show a clip of a robot training with humans, which is a shot from a video by Corridor Crew. Now the funny part is that video went viral as if it's real, but it was a VFX short film by them. I just hope that the makers of this film know that it was a video by them and not a real video that USA has been trying to do. That'd be a big joke, honestly. The good part was how John gets injured and the helplessness he feels, which makes us convinced that he needs to get that program. We are rooting for him. So that section of the film was very well done. With that house robbery, how his mother was taking care of him. He's unable to take a bath and even take a pee, and she has to clean everything, That hits hard. Now the next good part were the villains. I like that no time was wasted on setting them up throughout the film. No. We directly see them, they are attacking the parliament. That's it. So that was really well done. I like how they formed that past connection, but they didn't delve too much into it. Now the terrorists don't care about anything. He wants revenge from John Abraham. No, it's not like that. It doesn't get melodramatic. So that's really well done. It is simple and straightforward. And just by seeing some of the things they are doing, you're already riled up. You are against them and you want the hero to kick ass. So the mission accomplished. Ethan Messas, who played Hamid Gul, the main terrorist, he was really good. He was menacing. I also liked, they added some politics into the film. All the people are not like we love our country. They're also doing it for politics. The ministers, the decision they are taking, it's all in respect to getting popularity and getting votes and winning elections, then saving the people and the country. Now with the performance and the writing for that character, it does get a little too much. The execution could have been better, but at least they tried to add that into the film and give it more depth. Also, there were a lot of Uri references in the film. Aajkal जोश थोड़ा ज़्यादा ही high रहता है soldiers का, which is like a direct reference. And also, many of the actors in this film were in Uri. Like you can literally count it on your fingers. Coming to the action design, very well done. How they plan all the set pieces, the VFX work very well. In the film, the whole UI for the chip, how he visualized everything was well done. I like that personal assistant. It was fun part of the film. Songs and music were good. At some moments, the music really worked well. Of course, at moments, VFX is very well noticeable, but it never takes you out of the film. John was a best fit for this film. Jacqueline was okay. And Rakul Preet could have been better with the writing for her, but even she gets to do some cool stuff in the film. I said before, action was really cool, but the editing for it was bad. And from there, let's come to the issues I had. Editing was just too much. It was distracting. Already you were doing so much with the camera in the action, and over that, cutting so rapidly, it just threw me off. At many moments, I couldn't understand what's happening on screen, especially the first scene in the film. It is so jarring. And while watching action, if you can understand what's happening, it's of no use. All the efforts you spend shooting it, planning it all out means nothing if you cannot understand what's happening on screen. The romance part in the film, even from the trailer I said, I'll not be a fan of it, and I wasn't. It felt rushed. They were trying to establish a relationship quickly, so it makes sense at the end, but it doesn't. And all those scenes were just awkward. And the whole arc for John's character right at the end, that he needs to move on, he needs to forget her and focus on the mission. That thing was very very important for John's character arc. But he doesn't do anything. He doesn't take a decision in the climax. Jacqueline's character, whatever she was, the memory or her conscious, whatever, she is telling him, let me go. And that doesn't work out, honestly. Because the hero is not taking a decision. She says she's going by and he's just standing there. Okay, now I'm back. He needs to let her go. Then it makes sense that he sacrificed it. That was a really big issue for me. The last thing that I even mentioned in the trailer, film lacks the Indianness. Yes, it's set in India, it's about Indian people, but it's not Indian enough. Of course, we're taking sci-fi, which is very much influenced from the West, but you have to make it Indian to make it more interesting. You're already showing an army man, oh, he falls in love and he has a girlfriend and then something happens to him. Instead of that, make it a little more grounded. He's an army man who has a family, who's married. You could have used this opportunity to tell a story about an army officer. You could have explored that life, leaving your family behind, going in the border, fighting for the country. You don't know you'll come back or not. You could have explored all these things, which Uri had because it was based on true story. I think you could have borrowed that really well, and it would have worked in this film. I wanted some moral ambiguity in the narrative. Like the Super Soldier program, it should not be legal. Why cannot it be off the books? That would really make it interesting. No government would allow it, testing on human subjects, even for safeguarding the nation. It will not work, right? So make it off the books that they're doing it illegally to protect the nation. Take the example of Razi, how they manipulate her, how they use her for the greater good of the nation. But the film doesn't even go there, And there's a literary dialogue about consent in the film. Oh, we'll ask the army officer, then only we'll do it. So you don't want to show them in a bad light. I understand it. Especially in this time in a country. It would have been really risky, I get it. But that's what I wanted. Some moral ambiguity. Who's right, who's wrong, some grey areas. And actually when you get on this train of, what could have happened, it is a never-ending thing. So let's not get on that. And I just hope the second part is much better. It's more grounded maybe. Of course you have your sci-fi elements, but at least the normal things you can make more realistic. It just makes the film more interesting, that's it.
Through channel membership, you can support this channel and help me continue this journey ahead. And in turn, you get various perks. To know more, click on the join button. For more information, check out the community page.
So guys, that was my spoiler review of Attack. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you like this, the thumbs up button, share this video. Check out the videos if you like them too. Do hit the subscribe button and I'll see you next time.